Rebellions are built on hope.
The season, so we'll see where it goes. All right, and with that, we're gonna jump to our other segment where we talk about other things that are not Star Wars, a world between fandoms, and I don't have my graphic. There it is. I apologize always. The TARDIS is very loud. But Andres, I don't know if you've watched any of these other shows. Rings of Power is done, so I cannot talk about Lord of the Rings. She-Hulk is done. The only thing out there right now is House of the Dragon. Have you watched House of the Dragon? Are you a Game of Thrones fan?
Yeah. So I jumped in late to House of the Dragon, just because the ending of Game of Thrones. I had it spoiled for me. I had a coworker back in the day who loved reading the spoiler sites, and literally one day he was just like, he's very contrarian, love him to death, but he knew that I wasn't trying to get spoiled. So I if memory serves me correctly, he like yelled from across a hallway. I was like, "This is what happens," and I was like, "Oh man." And then watching it happen on screen, I was like, "Ah." So you
gotta send it to Alderaan next time.
Yeah, I know. Right? Yeah, I was like, that's the first time I was like, I need this timeshare. But yeah, I caught myself up. I think I started after like episode 4 or 5 had already premiered, and was like, all right, let's do this. I enjoy it, but I'm also enjoying it mostly because I'm casually watching it.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
Yeah, like I'm not super committed to any of the Targaryens. I'm not like team green or black. Like they're all terrible, right?
Yes.
It's a medieval world, and they're like, of course everyone's terrible because people were terrible in medieval times. It's like, great. If that's the case, then I'm rooting for none of them, and I'm just trying to see all the deaths.
It's funny like that you say that, because I've seen that somewhere a few weeks ago, people saying that it's difficult to kind of love the show because you don't root for everyone or anyone, because everyone's terrible. And it's right. None of these people deserve the Iron Throne, apart from Viserys, which you can say that you didn't care too much about your wife when she was giving birth. Afterwards, you were, yeah, of course, I always loved her, but save the baby. Wife, sorry, we need an heir. But yeah, there's no Jon Snow or Daenerys, whoever you root for in Game of Thrones. We don't have that. I love a bunch of the Targaryens, but yes, they're not the best. But are you caught up with the last episode?
Yes, with the coronation or
So what I like to do here, just not to spend too much time on it, because if not, we'll be here another hour. Kind of 3 things that we liked, 1 thing that we didn't. I'll start just real quick. I love the music in this episode, because I can't remember, even though I rewatched it yesterday just to remember that little thing. Notes. It's like this piano playing, just like 3 different notes. It just worked great, and they just throughout the whole episode, all the way to the coronation. I love the way they use music in this episode. I love the coronation. In fact, seeing all the rows of sword when Aegon, I don't know. Names are difficult.
No, Aegon, because he's named after the dude that had the vision, which is why Alicent thinks Viserys is naming him as okay, all right, good.
Yeah, so Mo is saying, the music video was so well. So I love the coronation, just the way it looked, because I love fantasy. Fantasy is my favorite thing, and it gave you that kind of feel, this medieval fantasy world that maybe not everything is horrible. So I love all these swords kind of then just falling down as he's walking. I love that good night, Sir Harold, when at the beginning of the episode, when the king is dead. Also, finally, we can move with our plan that we've been working behind the queen's back, that she doesn't know anything about it. And then freaking Kristen Cole, which just freaking kill him already, because I hate him. But then Sir Harold is the only one that hasn't, one of the few that hasn't aged, kind of say, I can be part of this. I'm here. I protect the king. We don't have a king. I'm not going to be a part of this. Take his coat and just walks out. It's like, thank you. There's one good guy. At least there's one good guy in House of the Dragon. And of course, the ending. It's just the dragon comes out. Rhaenys had it. You kept me here. I can't kill you because Game of Thrones happens already, so I cannot spoil that. Can break canon. But I just love that she shows up. It's like, if I wanted to kill you, I could kill you just like that. I'm just going to let you live for a little bit. And finally, Aemon Targaryen, which I don't like. I'm beginning one of those that you love to hate. Like, I'm liking this actor more and more. I didn't like them when they were younger kids. He's starting to grow on me a little bit, the actor. I still hate the character, but I think I'm starting to see where he's coming from. So those are kind of my likes. What were some of the highlights for you this last episode?
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna go with the cinematography. It was very dark. There's a lot of like people getting put in positions they don't want to be in, and the camera does a good job of showing you that. Like, even when Rhaenys is trying to leave, and then she realizes she can't, and then she realizes that she's near her dragon, like,
Yeah.
seeing those pieces add up. Eric and Arik,
Yeah.
and like how the camera just hangs on one of the brothers as he's like, I'm not down for this anymore. Like, those moments for me were very much, again, a reminder of like, you're not really supposed to like any of them. And all of them are making choices that are not great, because this episode just solidifies that Westeros is going to go to war. And no one's thrilled about it, but everyone's also like, but I am willing to die for this belief, whichever side you happen to land on. I also love like the theme of just how unsavory all of it was. Like, Alicent wants her son to be in control, but she doesn't want her son to talk to her dad.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, all of those scenes were like, okay, like, you could just make your friend the queen and be done with it if you don't want your dad's plans to come into yeah, because he is the hand. So it's like, and she's a queen, which she could walk into a small council meeting if she wanted to, but she's not going to be invited now that they have a king and the whole court. So yeah, it was very like, I appreciated that they leaned into it. Again, they're not giving you a hero. Like, Alicent wants her son to succeed, but she's not for the reasons that would make him a quote unquote good king. It's just because she has her ideas about how this is going to go.
Yes, I was watching the episode. I hate how much I enjoying it, because I'm not Team Green, because I hate Otto Hightower, because from episode 1 he's just maneuvering to get first her daughter. Oh, the king is not feeling too well. Oh, go talk to the king for a little bit. Dude, you're just pimping your daughter, and she's like 14. So what he's been playing for I don't know, 15, 16 years at this point. So I hate Otto Hightower. Again, the guy playing him is doing a great job. But the episode, just like you said, all the build up, the camera movement, the way the cinematography kind of follows the characters, kind of gives you that impression that, all right, people are moving the chess pieces to see which side they're going to align with. It's going to be someone from Alicent's family. Either it's going to be Aegon, but is it going to be what she wants for him, as you're going to be a good king, you're not going to go kill your cousin or whatever, or is it going to be with Otto saying, hey, if she's there, we got to take her out because she's going to come for us, and they got a bunch of dragons. So I love all that kind of cat and mouse that we got in this episode, even though I hate Kristen Cole. I love that we got to see the twins, Eric and Arik, try to get him, and then Kristen Cole and the Aemon, and Aemon trying to find him. And then I love that Eric, I think it was Eric, kind of is showing his brother. Aegon is not a good person. Look where he comes, where kids are made to fight. That's one of his sons. They're just laying there, one of many. And I don't want to be part of it. And then by the end, he kind of rescues Rhaenys. And if you've seen that trailer for the next one, he goes to Dragonstone and kind of pledges his allegiance to Rhaenyra. So I also enjoy that now we have this other, because they took Harwin Strong from me, which I loved. He's gone. So now we have this other knight on the other side. So it's a great episode to kind of, okay, everything's set up for the finale. Everyone has their dragons. Everyone has their knights willing to die for who they think is their king or queen. So I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, fair. I guess like dislike, I appreciated the end of it. Of like the dragon and showing up, but
yeah,
it was I dislike it when movies and shows kind of telegraph what's gonna happen. So, like really blatantly. I kind of like that whole like, oh, you have to tease it out, but they were going back to the Sept, and I was like, this is very Game of Thrones, where like they're all in one place and someone's gonna take things into their own hands, and it doesn't quite play out that way, right? But once I saw Rhaenys looking to the staircase, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Like everyone's in one little cramped room and everything's about to blow up. But because of Game of Thrones, the building still has to like survive, but it's almost the same, like shot for shot. So
yeah, when they start making everyone kind of force them into this keep or whatever, it's like I was starting to think, wait, are the dragons kept under it? I think the dragons are gonna be there, and that's when I started. Okay, I think she's gonna get her dragon just escape. I didn't expect her to just blow up the middle because I thought, okay, you're there, just kill everyone. But of course you can, because in 200 years Game of Thrones happened. So
yeah.
All right. But yeah, so far it's been a great season. Tomorrow actually is gonna be the finale, so we'll see how that ends.
Yeah, or it was yesterday if you're terminally online, because someone leaked it, and fans are already talking about it. So
yes, I'm glad that I haven't run into any spoilers. I heard that there's spoilers already. Somehow people found out.
Entire scenes. My understanding is the whole episode is out. I have not seen the whole episode, but I have seen enough scenes that I'm like, oh, okay, something will happen. But I don't remember everyone's names, so I'm just like, cool.
It's like cool thing about everyone has the same name, so you don't know.
Yeah, it's like, oh, two blondes are mad at each other. Okay.
Yeah, and they all look the same because Daemon and Aemon now look. If it's not for the eye patch, you can't say have the same straight hair, but
yeah.
All right, that kind of does it for our show today. Thank you, Andres, as always, for being here. It's a pleasure and great talking Andor with you. We'll have to do it again at some point soon, like we always try to do. Where can people find you out there? Anything you're working on?
So folks can find my stuff. I am at AAA_photog. And that's where I post my own, like I've been doing my own little Andor reviews. So I'll post them there. And then for our podcast, that's at 50 Minutes. We're Star Wars, we're politics. We weave the two as much as possible. And that is, we have our own Twitter account. The handle's down there. And then same thing, you can find us wherever podcasts are found and distributed.
Yeah. Well, again, Andres, thanks for being here. And Oti will return next week. We hope he had a emergency business trouble he had to do. I think Wednesday or Thursday he was told, so he couldn't be here. He'll be back next week. I believe our guest next week will be our friend Buck as we jump into episode 8 of Andor. And thanks to everyone in the chat, Mo, Amy, and Ro for being here. Andor's getting heat up. When are we getting Saw? What's going to happen? Give me more aliens. Thanks for being here. We'll see you guys next week. As always, stay safe. Be safe. I'm ready for it. Be with you.